Hello, my friends, and welcome back to some Domberger Tarot with your host, Carmilla, per usual. And today we're actually going to be exploring some messages about the guidance that you're ignoring. Now, you're probably not purposely ignoring this guidance. What's probably happening is you're having a hard time believing it or trusting it because it just seems out of the realm of play. It just seems out of the ordinary and scary, or it just seems very risky, or whatever it may be to you. So, this reading is completely focused on the guidance that you are already receiving, but you're pushing away, you're delaying, or actively ignoring because it's hard to believe or it's scary. So, we have a lot of oracle cards today, and we have some Venetian Tarot. But what I want to do before we hop into the reading is I want to show you the bottom decks of all these cards that we have. I'm just going to show them. I'm not going to say anything about them. I'm just going to show them and allow you to interpret that and work that into your reading if it resonates. But I think it's important that they be shown because I feel like a lot of times when I'm doing the readings and I look over and look at the bottom decks, they all have influenced all of the piles in some way. So I just want to incorporate that into the reading. So we'll start with the intuitive messages from my spiritual team. We had the Ace of Swords on bottom deck with mental clarity. It's time to welcome a new perspective. And then we had for the Chakra wisdom cards, every group got one. We have the 7th chakra, crown chakra with bliss. You can go ahead and pause the video if you would like to read the full little paragraph that they have, not paragraph, but the little write-up that they have for this card. Very, very beautiful message. For our tarot, we had, with our Venetian Tarot today, we had the Six of Wands in reverse. Then, for our Moonology cards, told you there was a lot that came out today. We had the end of a tough cycle approaches with full moon in Capricorn. With our Lightworker Oracle, oh, I love tarot so much. We have number 7 with unplug from mass consciousness. For our animal medicine cards, bottom deck, we had the horse in reverse. I feel like it should be upright. There's a need for me to show it upright as well, because hopefully the clarity that you gain will turn this horse loose. Then we're almost done, I promise. On our Work Your Light Oracle, we had mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Lastly, but certainly not least, on our Unicorn Oracle cards, we had celebration. With a positive outcome is assured, celebrate your success, enjoy your achievements. So that is all the bottom decks that we had for all the decks used here today. So incorporate that in the reading wherever you feel that it is needed for you, for your absorption, digestion of the reading, better understanding, confirmation, whatever you need. And before we go, on our piles today, we have pile 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have this dollar bill that actually came from this is a sacred dollar bill, okay? Our dollar bill for today, that is on pile 1. And then our little hobby piece of emerald on group 2 or pile 2. And then we have this little citrine cluster for group 3. Like, why are you not focusing? It's okay. We are focused. And then this little rosy diamond for group 4. It's a hobby piece. All right. Do whatever you need to do in order to get ready for your reading, for your messages today, and I will see you in your pile of choice. All right. Hello, Group 1, for all of our friends who chose the dollar bill. I have to mention, too, this dollar bill came from a sacred place, a sacred space of mine. And this dollar bill insisted on being in this reading energetically. It feels like energetically there's someone who wanted to be a part of this reading. It feels like a grandparent, some type of grand energy. And I love how it's like number 11, 11, 11 right there. There's some type of grand energy coming out through this reading, and this dollar bill. It feels like a grandfather. It feels like a very masculine energy. It's someone whose favorite color was either pink, purple, or green. And they like to use the word dear and darling a lot. It feels so cliche, but it's definitely like a very cool, chill, like grandparent that just wanted to be here today. Like their energy is just here. I'm hearing names like Matilda, James, Jane. I'm also hearing an older person sing "Oh My Darling Clementine." So there's like it's like a just a mix of energy. There's definitely someone's like grandparent here. And there's something about like a purple sweater as well. I know that's like very vague, and you like probably can look in your closet like, my name is Jane with a purple sweater, and like think, oh, it's me. But like take it how it resonates. But there's definitely the energy of, look at that. You seen that? Did you see that smoke? There's somebody's grandparent is here right now. Look at that smoke. They're coming through. Somebody's grandparent is here right now. We're just gonna take it, for the energy for what it is. So let's get into your reading. We have today, what guidance are you ignoring? So we're actually going to get into your tarot cards first, which will be these three, and then we'll get into your oracle cards a little bit later. I do apologize for the dog in the background. It's not my dog, it's my neighbor's dog. So let's get into your reading. What guidance are you currently ignoring? You have the Four of Swords, we have Two of Swords. Interesting. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. Group 1. There seems to be a lot of decisions here, and you're struggling to put some old decisions to rest. So almost like you're struggling to fully confirm decisions that you're making. So the guidance here really is that it seems like you're ignoring is standing firm behind decisions that you make, especially with this Queen of Cups here. I feel like emotionally it's a little taxing, a little hard for you to do that because you feel afraid that if you make a decision, you can't go back. And that's not 100% true. A lot of times when you make mistakes or make a decision or something like that ends up being something not ideal, you can always go back and make amends. You can always say sorry. You can always reclaim your power and claim what's yours, right? So it feels strongly like the guidance that you're ignoring is very simple. It's just standing firm behind decisions that you're making and just moving forward from there, besides getting trapped in this what if wonderland. That is exactly what I'm hearing. I feel like Group 1 has a tendency to get trapped in this wonderland that says, okay, what if this? What if that? And I feel like your guides are coming through very strongly and saying, make a decision and lay the rest to the side. I feel like there's just so much that you go through mentally and emotionally, especially when it comes to making a decision that makes it extra hard for you because you get trapped in what ifs. It seems like there's this tendency to create problems out of your solutions. So if someone says, hey, there's a solution to this, but then you're like, well, what if this happens? And it feels like that is kind of the thing that takes you away from your guidance. So your guidance is coming through and saying, if you want something, if you decide upon something, stand firm behind that decision and don't allow your emotions to rip you apart and take you all over the place. Feel your emotions, love your emotions, honor them, of course. However, don't allow them to wring you dry. Don't allow them to take you crazy places and trap you in these vortexes, because it seems like your mind actually has a desire to just do its job. With this Four of Swords and this Two of Swords here, it honestly feels like your brain is just like, hey, like, I am literally here to kind of just like keep you safe and do some master computing, some navigating, some mobility stuff, just hold information. I'm not necessarily here to constantly be trapped in fear and like, I'm not here to not rest. I want rest. Like your brain is asking for peace of mind with this Four Swords here. So there is a desire here for in your own mental space to actually make decisions and detach from the outcome with this Queen of Cups here, kind of detaching from the outcome. So whatever your decisions are, whatever the things you're thinking about with the Two of Swords, is definitely make the decision and allow the unknown to play out, because either way it goes, you don't know what truly is going to happen. You can't really predict that. And I feel like your brain is just like, please stop trying to use me for predictions. Okay, like that is what like, your intuition helps guide you further places that I can. So allow your intuitive knowing and trust that, but please just allow me to do the computing and the holding of space and the holding of memory and the holding of knowledge. I don't want to be used as something to constantly belittle and berate my own self, my own beingness, and my own decisions. And I don't want to be constantly used and yanked back to the past when I feel like I've done something wrong or could have done something better, unless I'm going there to learn and move forward and clear away anything in my path that may get in the way from something that I learned from my past. So very, very simple, group one. Just be nice to your brain. Be nice to your mind. Give it some rest. Don't overthink so much, and just make decisions. It's very, very helpful too if you just not just saying if you just, because I don't want to minimize what you're going through or what you're feeling, but writing down what are you deciding between, like what are your two options or what are your multiple options, and what are some of the pros and cons of both of these options, and what do you feel most guided to and most aligned to, because that's where your intuition and your heart comes in. This Queen of Cups comes in to play her part. So the brain is over here with the Four of Swords and the Two of Swords saying, make the decision, lay it to rest, stand firm behind it with the Queen of Cups, because she's going to guide you the rest of the way. So the Queen of Cups is where the intuition is, where the Queen of Cups comes in and says, okay, that's the decision you made. We're going to allow that to flow out and play out. That doesn't mean we're going to know completely the outcome. We may have some intuitive hints and some intuitive promptings to lead us to the highest possible outcome for this situation. However, we won't be able to duck and dodge unwanted outcomes or unwanted scenarios, because as a human being, you don't even understand what unwanted is. We don't understand what unwanted or what unpleasant is. We only decide that based on what we feel. We don't decide that based on what we experience, right? Because a lot of times we'll go back in the past and look at some of our past experiences that are really challenging and very hard, and we'll say, wow, I'm glad I had that experience because it taught me this. So Queen of Cups will lead you forward once you make a decision in the mind and stick with it. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and hop into your oracle cards and see what messages you have here. So the small intuitive message cards from me, big face playing cards, and these just have intuitive messages on them that I channeled while listening to music. So we have the 10 of Cups in reverse, emotional domination, obsessing, fantasizing. Exactly. That's just you in your mind obsessing over all these outcomes, obsessing over all of your wants and all of your needs, and really, really wanting everything to be a certain way. And then we have the 3 of Cups with trust in your uniqueness, share with loved ones, amplify. That's the Queen of Cups just coming through saying, hey, trust in your uniqueness, trust in me, trust in your intuitive guidance, in your intuitive prompting. So just coming through with confirmation. These cards will be primarily used as confirmation unless there's anything else, any other story out there that needs to come through. But this is coming through very plain, very simply. And there's this energy over here that's just vibing with this right now, that's just chilling, kind of watching over everything like a grandparent, specifically like a grand uncle, grandfather, or something like that, just kind of like watching over, being like, there's just an energy here of just being so proud and so happy. So it's really beautiful, whatever you're doing right now. And the Chakra Wisdom card to help tap you into this guidance and move out of this resistance of it, we have creative expression with the throat chakra. I am committed to sharing and revealing my thoughts and feelings by being creative in my communication style and using expressive language. I express myself through laughing and crying and through using my creative talents. I consciously use my senses to experience my world more fully. I see, hear, smell, and feel more, and I become more aware of my surroundings, such as the weather, aromas, people, nature, sounds, and sights. Beautiful. I love how that's coming through. Creative expression. And then we had an animal spirit show up, which is interesting. I usually don't use animal medicine cards for this, but they insisted. So let's see who you have today. That's so funny. So you have the opossum, which basically opossum energy talks all about knowing when to rest, knowing when to make a decision, and knowing when to stop playing dead or when you need to play dead. So it's interesting that you have the opossum and the 4 swords because they have a similar energy. The opossum says, stop hiding, stop acting like you can't make decisions, stop acting like you don't know what to do, stop acting like you don't know what you feel a more pull towards with this Queen of Cups over here. I love how you have the 2 and 3 with the 5th chakra coming out too, that 5 energy coming through, trying to like free you of this idea that you have no power in whatever this decision is. Your power, my friend, from opossum energy is your desire to live, thrive, and survive. So opossum energy is coming through. Don't play dead. Don't act like you're silly or act like you don't know what decision you actually want to make. You know exactly the decision that you want to make. So don't try to contemplate all of these what ifs. Don't try to think otherwise, like you know what you want to do. So set that desire in motion and allow everything to unfold to lead up to that. So it's beautiful. I love that. It's funny because opossum was bottom deck energy when I shuffled these cards the last time I used them. And there's a message that came through. It was like, opossum is going to be in pile 1. And I was like, okay, if opossum is going to be in pile 1, I'm going to shuffle it. I'm going to see. And it was pile 1. So that's why I laughed like that. Just so you know, like why I was laughing. Because I just love those like little connections like that. It's very funny. So our messages from the unicorns to help move through this resistance. There's a lot of energy that I wanted to come through and help with this reading. So it makes me feel very happy. We have, yes, freedom. Live wild and free. Choose your freedom. Claim your independence. Let me say that again. Live wild and free. Choose your freedom. claim your independence. You hear those words, how powerful they are? Choose, claim, choose, claim. That's exactly what this energy is telling you to do. That's the guidance that you're ignoring. It feels like you're afraid to use those words like choose and claim. So with this card, we have past lives. Wow, that's so funny how that came out with this energy. So we have release your past life karma. You are an old soul with deep wisdom. Healing your past lives will raise your vibration. So I honestly feel like that's exactly why this energy is coming through to help with this. Just kind of releasing you of this old energy and coming through and supporting you and rooting for you and helping you to acknowledge your achievements and helping to kind of break you free of this energy, so that you can feel empowered to choose and claim your desires and what freedom looks like and feels like to you, and what a vibrant, full life looks like and feels like to you. So I love that so much. And more of our oracle cards, another intuitive message from my spiritual team. We have the Knight of Wands with, I trust my natural talents, gifts, and abilities. I have much to share with the world. See, so that message is coming out a lot for you, group one, with trusting your own natural raw talent and abilities. You know exactly what it is that you want to do. You know exactly what you're good at and what you enjoy and what you find joy in, what's entertaining, what fills your soul. So this what if game is truly an illusion, and you're being offered a space to break free of that. So I love how all these cards are coming through with so much confirmation. And our work your light card, we have soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Yep, you don't have to do it alone. I love that. You're not doing this alone at all. You have support here. You have family, you have friends, you have the vastness of the internet, the interwebs, your spiritual team, spirit, and whatever, God or goddess or whatever deity or whatever you pray to or believe in. You're not alone, and your tribe is out there. Your audience is out there. Your people are out there, and you're actively calling them in by honoring your natural gifts and talents and your desires to share them with the world. Okay. And then our Moonology card, we have what you need to release. Yes, group one. What is it you need to release? And that's with a waning moon. What do you need to release? I think we've covered that very thoroughly. What guidance are you ignoring? What do you need to release? This what if energy. So our work your light oracle cards that we have for you today, I'm going to flip these over. It's interesting because these cards rarely come out. So let's see what energy they're holding for you today, group one. We have you know what you want to do, group one. Don't be silly. You know what you're here for. Number 21 with spiritual service. You know what you're here for, group one. And number 33 with master healing. I don't have to explain anything there, group one. I honestly feel like you know exactly what that means. You know exactly what this energy is saying to you. You know the best possible way in your body how you would like to be of service to humanity, to the world, to the planet, to the very brims of the cosmos. You know exactly what that looks like for you. You know exactly the desire you have and how you want to contribute to the world. So truly, freedom comes from releasing this what if energy and this obsessing and this fantasizing. This is getting out of your own way and saying, you know what? And saying, you know what? I choose to be free. I claim my independence. I claim this person that I want to be. Reveal your true self to the world. Be the person that you want to be. And allow your brain to just do the computing stuff that it does, allow it to be the computer, the navigator, the memory holder. Allow it to do those type of things. It doesn't have to do everything. Your heart plays a part, your gut plays a part, your body, your soul, your connections to other people, your connections to your spiritual team, your connections and your relationship with money. All of this plays a huge part. And your brain does not want to be held responsible for everything playing out the way that it does, because everything else is playing its part as well. So the brain is not completely responsible for the way things are playing out. There's a higher level of energy that's coming in and playing its part as well, and you're being asked to navigate through it and navigate fully. Follow this desire, this light, your heart to the very end, group one. That is the best advice that I could tell you for the guidance that you are having trouble digesting at this time. Follow your desires, follow your heart, set yourself free, follow you, follow the true you to the very end. Oof. All right, so that is all I am seeing for group one. As always, if it did not resonate, that is a-okay. Take what did and the rest will absolutely fall away. You are not responsible or obligated to carry anything that is not yours. If you so desire and you enjoyed this reading, go ahead and slap it with a like and subscribe. I would love that. It would help this channel grow and flourish. And truly, I really hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Group two, welcome to your reading today. So your reading today will be all about the guidance that you're currently ignoring or attempting to delay. And a lot of times we have a tendency to do that because we're afraid, we feel unprepared, we feel nervous, or we have a hard time metabolizing and digesting it because it feels scary, it feels too large. And what this energy is helping you to do is to expand into it. So that is exactly why you're going through the experiences that you are experiencing right now. So this is what this reading today is what these messages are all about. That energy, that expansion, that growth, and tapping into that guidance, that gut guidance that you have within you. So this is your object that you pick for today, our little emerald hobby stone. There's a lot of ancestral energy coming through our objects today. This has definitely some type of ancestral, Greek goddess, Roman goddess type energy coming through. I'm seeing a lot of Hera, a lot of different type of Roman and Greek, even Norse gods coming through as well. Very interesting. I'm not going to dive too much in that. If that is the energy that is coming through for you, you will know. But there's definitely some type of guide or some type of god or goddess from one of those pantheons, Greek, Norse, Roman, coming through that wants to work with you. They're asking actively right now. Sorry for that noise in the background. They're asking you actively right now to work with you. They want to work side by side. There's some wisdom that they have for you that they want to channel directly through you. It's so interesting. There's a Medusa energy coming through, or Arachne energy coming through. It's very interesting. It's all kind of hitting all at once. Wow, there's so much soothsayer energy. It's very interesting how it's coming through. But I digress. But they are definitely here for you. They're coming through and they're saying, ask them to work with me. Tell them to open up to me. Tell them that I am here. They're being very point blank, period. like it's time, like, wow. So that's a beautiful energy that's coming through. All the piles have something interesting like that coming through with the objects. So to get into this reading, we'll start with your tarot, and then we'll get into your oracles a little later, so we'll push them to the side. So your reading starts today with the Eight of Cups in reverse, the Four of Cups in reverse, and we have the Ace of Swords. The guidance that you're ignoring right now, group 2, is that it's safe to leave your old self behind. It feels like you are still trapped in this idea that you need some type of divine punishment or some type of crucifixion, like you want to be crucified in order to atone for your sins of the past. And really what is being said here is that every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. The Oscar Wilde quote, or the Oscar Wilde quote, Wilde. It's coming through very, very strongly. Your guides are coming through, and they really, really want you to know, especially if you're working with a guide from this energy over here, that you are obligated to let your past go so that it can be integrated and learned. It's like the energy is coming through and saying, if you hold on to this and you keep trying to use it to punish yourself, you're not taking the lesson from it, and you're not allowing yourself to experience mercy and compassion. And what you're trying to do is learn mercy, acceptance, forgiveness, compassion, and you're not allowing yourself to do that because you hold on so tightly to your past. I see your guides here literally with the Four of Cups trying to help you, and you blatantly ignoring them because it's like, we want to help you, we want to be of service to you, bring yourself up a little higher, kind of reach towards the light, show yourself some mercy, be kind to yourself. And you're just like, no, I am not good enough yet. I am not ready. I haven't done this. I have to go apologize to this person, and I have to do 100 good deeds and write 100 gratitudes a day. Like, I'm not ready. I can't do it. And your guides are literally sitting there looking at you like, friend, it is okay. This is not your first life. This is not your last. Now, you could be someone who does not believe in past lives, which is okay. I do, and that is how the message is coming through, so that's how I'm going to relay it. Your guides are literally saying, this is not your first rodeo. This is not your first life where you've done some stuff that was hard or questionable, or just you have a past, and literally you're a human being, and literally that's literally every human being you're living, no human being on this planet is free of this almost villainous energy, and it feels like you're literally vilifying yourself because you want to move forward with this level of clarity that, almost like you want to repay this debt, right? And you want this debt to be repaid in a way where you feel like it balances what you've already done. So because you've done something very, say, hard or tragic, or I don't even know another word, but you've done something in your past that you're not proud of. So you want almost that same thing to happen to you in order for it to be justified. And what you're being asked is to understand that that's not how this clarity is coming through. This clarity is coming through as using your past as a mode of teaching, using it to teach, using it to honor people, using it to lead other people through some of the same themes that you were led through by other people. that you were led through in other lives and that you were led through in this life in your past, just recently. It's funny because that message came through when I was talking to somebody earlier on Facebook. They were basically saying, it's funny how my ability to read tarot and my intuition comes from my vigilance and my trauma and being able to respond to people's negative reactions and scary and dense emotions. And really the beauty that came through was understanding that, yes, what a beautiful gift you have to have survived these things. You've integrated them, and now you're able to teach them and lead other people out of these energies. And I feel like that's what you're being asked to do: integrate, learn, so that you can teach. So that is the guidance that you're ignoring. The guidance that you're ignoring is to let go of your past. And by letting go of your past, your only key is forgiveness, acceptance, and compassion and love for yourself. Because it seems like you want to give all this compassion and love to other people, but honestly, you need a new perspective on that. And I'm not sure if you watched the intro, but our bottom deck energy for my intuitive messages came through as the Ace of Swords, mental clarity. It's time to welcome a new perspective. And it's funny because we also had, what did we have come out? We had, with the animal spirit cards, we had horse come out, with horse, all about freedom. And that's why I showed these bottom deck energies in the intro, because I knew that they would have a huge influence over all the piles. This is all about freeing yourself of these old past energies. What's also coming through for me to show you is mirror with the work your light oracle cards. Who or what is triggering you? Who or what is triggering you? What about your past is causing such a reaction that you can't hang on to it? What in your life, what kind of belief or rhetoric that you are playing into, that is telling you that you must be absolved by some divine punishment until you are ready for the life that you want to live? Because how the energy is coming through is, it's like you're ready now. You're fine now. You're being shown mercy, something that you have not been shown a lot in your life, especially in your past lives. And this energy over here is coming through very strong, like it is time. We need you to get going. Like we need you to really understand that your past is not allowed to continue to have this power over you. You can't allow it to do that. Your past is your past. You have to let it go. There comes a time where you're simply going to have to let it go. And it feels like you're clinging on it tightly and it also seems like with this Eight of Cups, just coming straight through the Eight of Cups, that you have this morphed view of spirituality. Like, in order for me to be a spiritual person, I have to be selfless. I have to be compassionate to other people. I have to be kind. And sometimes this can breed a lot of unnatural and even toxic behaviors, because you're trying so hard to prove to yourself, other people, and spirit that you're a kind person, that you forget to actually be kind. And you forget to actually be kind to yourself. It's like this expectation, like you're trying to manipulate the outcome by being this perfect spiritual person, when all you're really truly being asked to do is let go of your past. Then they're not trying to divinely spank you or whatever, or punish you or crucify you or throw you on a cross. That's not what's happening here. You're being asked to do the hardest thing, which is forgive yourself, because when you forgive yourself, you let go of identifying with the trauma that keeps you caged, that keeps you chained to your past. This Ace of Swords is coming through with that new perspective to cut that through. Your guides are doing the same thing. They're saying, please work with us. But in order for us to have space to move in, this must move out. So that is beautiful how that's coming through. So let's get through your slew of oracle cards. I won't talk too much about them, but let's get into them. You actually had 3 of the many intuitive messages from my higher self. So let's get into them. These 2 are like really I haven't used them in so long. Sometimes I don't use them a long time, they get stuck together. So we have, oh yeah, ambition, motivated, arrogance, achievement. We have the 10 of Pentacles, because you have something to give to this world, to contribute to this world. And I will say that in every reading, because no human is free of that. Every single human being should know and think and embody and understand that they have something to contribute. They have something to bring to this world. And then we have the Four of Cups again. Look at that. Resisting desire, tuning out guidance. Four of Cups again. This is huge for you. Do you see? Do you understand like how huge this is for you? I hope this is like, if this is your power, I hope you're really, really understanding and trusting and resonating with this, because it's coming through so strongly. I never look at my cards while I shuffle them. I shuffle them, I pop them right there, and I do not turn them over. Listen, that is coming. That is crazy. Resisting desire, tuning out guidance. Your guides are coming through like, no, we're not on this anymore. And the last one we have is the Ace of Wands with honey, drop of vigor, crumb of desire, and hope. Yep. Very, very, very simple. You have two aces out here. Definitely. Crumb of desire and hope is basically just saying have hope for your future. Have faith in yourself. Have some gosh darn faith. Like really just, you don't have to chain yourself to be a bad human being just because you've made choices that you currently don't resonate with. This regret and this remorse that you feel means that you're expanding. And when you expand, there are some things that have to fall away. This past that you hold on to is being asked to fall away so that you can make room for this 10 of Pentacles energy. This Ace of Wands energy. I honestly feel like this Ace of Wands energy too, with that honey, just the word honey that's coming through is directly attached to this energy over here. There's something that some type of God wants to offer and work with you with. It's very, very sweet. It's very beautiful energy. And they're like not interested in wasting any time. And then our unicorn messages for you today are possibility. Yep. Raise your standards. Elevate your expectations. You have unlimited potential. Listen, you cannot make this stuff up. And our second card we have is action. Exactly. Now is the perfect time to act. Take inspired action towards your dreams. Move forward with confidence. Look at that. Just look at that card. Look at this shining through. That is whatever that guide, whoever that guide is that's coming through is that right now. That's what they're like. Please take action. It's time. It's time. It is time. Look at that. Look at how that's coming through. And then the chakra message that we have for you to help really integrate this guidance that you are ignoring. Let's see what that is. We have we have generosity. With generosity is sharing. I give myself freely and I am open to opportunities to do so. I do this because I can and I expect nothing in return. Speaking from the heart will let those around me know how I feel about them. My generosity will touch another person's heart and replenish their spirit. Through love, I have a positive, spontaneous, and lasting influence on the healing and transformation of both myself and others. That's exactly what you're being asked. That goes back to that message that I was saying earlier, where that kind of like that like toxic spirituality, where it's like, I'm going to pretend to be kind, or I want to like be seen being, doing these kind things so people think I'm a good person. And you're being asked to actually integrate that in the heart chakra and work from that space. But in order for you to do that, you have to have true love for yourself. You have to be generous with yourself. You have to operate through love and know that that positive influence lives within you. Speak from your heart to others and to yourself. You're the perfect person to practice that with first. Ooh, I love how the energy is coming through. And then the animal spirit that wants to help you with this energy and integrate this energy. And it's funny because I rarely ever use these cards for this, but they insisted on being here. So today we have we have the dolphin. Of course we would have dolphin. So dolphin came out in reverse, and dolphin is basically the Ace of Wand energy. So this is really just giving me this. It's like the same as the club, the little kind of splotches in the water. It's the dose of vigor. It's the reminder that you have everything that you need right now, and that you are allowed to move forward. You're allowed to flow. In the book, this card talks a lot about mana, soul mana, and remembering that the true sustenance of the world is air, is breathing, is living, the very next breath that you will take. So allow the past to move on with that next breath, because you never know when it will be your last. You know, you don't have time to waste here. You don't have time to waste. So the dolphin energy coming through. And then our big intuitive message for me, this could be an I need to say card or an advice card, but this is from my spiritual team. I love channeling messages while listening to music or just in a very still place. So let's see what this energy is saying. We have the 9 of Wands with defend yourself, have some integrity. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, group 2. Defend yourself against your past, okay? Have some gosh darn integrity. Have some gosh darn faith. You know, like I was saying earlier. You know, it's fine that your past, it's your past. It's fine if you want to move forward. You can't allow your past and even the people that try to keep you tethered to that person that you were. Defend yourself. You know, even defending yourself can even sound like silence. Defending yourself can also be, you know what, they can think that, but moving forward in integrity, knowing that you have grown as a person. And if they want to keep that old idea of you, that's fine, but you're not going to do the same thing. Because why? We're open to new possibilities. Why? Because we're being generous with self, group 2. Why? Because we don't have time to waste, and we're offering ourselves a new perspective because we want more in life. You have the 10 of Pentacles out here. Ambition, motivation, achievement, and a little spice, some arrogance too. Because you can't just let people take your power away from you. They don't have that right. You know, if you want to be a good person, be a good person, whatever that means for you. You know, whatever that means for you. I don't even like necessarily using terms of bad and good, because we're literally dual creatures. Our duality is what makes us whole. You know what I'm saying? So defend yourself against your past, especially your thoughts, and have some integrity. Get up, you know, get up, get it moving, group 2. And then our Work Your Light Oracle, we have yep, you see it. Listen, I am just the messenger. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. Just allow whatever to unfold. You cannot run. You cannot hide from your destiny. Allow it to be exactly what it needs to be. If you share your voice and there are those people that hate you, that's fine. There's going to be, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, there's going to be people who hate you. You can be the kindest, most beautiful, most Mother Teresa person on this planet. People are still going to hate you. There's still going to be people, there's going to be that one person, at least one, who's going to look at you and be like, nah, you're not it. Okay. You know, like, what are you going to do? Like, change your whole persona and your whole personality for one person? No, that's not what we're doing here. Share your voice, be you, live authentically, move on from your past. It does not have any right over you. And the people who want to persecute and down you for that, okay. And you're still going to be you. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. In your Moonology card, we have nothing will come of this situation. Exactly. Nothing will come of this situation as long as you hang on to your past. This card is literally saying there's not going to be some divine punishment, some big boom spark that's going to just happen and everything is going to be fine and your past is going to be completely absolved and justified and everything is just going to melt away and you're never going to think about it again. No, that is not what's happening. That's what you want to happen. You want that big boom. You want that destruction. You want that divine spanking so you feel like you've been punished, so that you feel like you've been corrected. That's the word. You want this so that you feel like you've been corrected. But the universe has no interest in correcting you at all. This is not about correcting you. This is about integrating your past lessons so that you can move on. The same message, not the same, but a similar message came out for group 1. Integrate your past so that you can move on. But this is especially true for you, group 2, because your lessons are beautiful to give to the world. You have a lot to give to the world. All these piles do. Every single pile here does. I'm going to be saying a lot of the same things. So I'll be surprised if people aren't drawn to multiple piles. But this is all about you getting out of your head. There's some divine punishment on its way for you by the gods or something like that. They're literally over here asking you to work with them and to honor them. Have some faith in them. Have some gosh darn integrity. They're better than that. They don't operate on the same level as some like evil, quote unquote evil, deity that just wants to punish you all the time because you did something wrong. They're not operating in this like authoritarian energy. Nothing will come in this situation of you thinking that you need to be crucified in order to move forward. It's not going to happen. So you're either going to continue to wait or you're going to move forward and allow your past to be a teacher to you, not a prison to you. Ooh, okay, group 2. I'm sorry I'm getting a little stern, but that's how these messages are coming through today. They're just like not letting up. And your light oracle, we have, I'm sorry I'm breathing so hard too. There's a lot coming. Yeah, there's a lot coming through this energy. Like my solar plexus feels very, very tight. My throat chakra feels very, very tight. There's some fear coming through in my sacral chakra with this group too. I just feel so activated and I feel very, very out of breath. Like I can't breathe, like I'm hyperventilating, like I'm constantly trying to like trying to fix something or finish something before it all ends. Like it's like preparing for doom that you're doing. And I feel like I'm just struggling to breathe over here because of this group. I don't want you to take that in a negative or bad way, but that's just how the energy is coming through. Look at that. You have a lot to give and a lot to teach. You've gone through some very, very challenging things. There's so much tightness in my neck and my arms and my body. Group 2, let's take a deep breath. Let it out. Move your jaw, relax your shoulders, unclench your butt cheeks, wiggle your belly, wiggle your body, get it out. Shake out some of that tension. Look at you. Look at you. You are growing through these challenging themes. Look at that, to have Dark Angel come out. Look at that. And Dark Angel doesn't mean, some dark evil angel. No, this means that you have something to give to this world and it is coming. You are a phoenix rising from the ashes. It is coming from such a deep place. And then our last card, look at that, Orbs of Light. Yeah, there is definitely energy coming through. You have 30 and 40. I love that energy for you. There are guides and energies just coming through, swarming you, protecting you, loving you, serving you, helping you, wanting to work through you. If you're seeing orbs of light, like especially I'm seeing like somebody just catching dust floating through sunlight, like through a window at like the perfect time. It's literally like a message from your guides or a time to kind of like remind yourself to reflect and think and to remember the magic that is present in this world. And you could be somebody who recently are actually seeing orbs of light, like looking up at the sky or just looking off into the distance, and you're seeing kind of these little flashes or these little orbs. These orbs are your guides, your ancestors, their energy coming through, wanting to support you. They want to give you so much. This is that drop of honey. This is that Ace of Wands energy. This is that hope. They're reminding you, coming through, confirming to you that hope in your dreams every step of the way. Because they know over here with this dark angel energy what you had to go through. This is not your first rodeo, group 2. It's not. Absolutely, positively is not. Oof. Group 2, please go do something kind for yourself right now. After this reading, get up and go get something to eat. Go take a spiritual bath. Go just do something fun, okay? Do something for you. Don't think about anybody else. Just do something for you that's fun for you, okay? Ooh, I love this reading so much, and I love you. You have such a beautiful essence about you. And there's so much that is moving through you right now and that wants to move. And it's time to take action because you have a lot of energy coming through, wanting to help and wanting to support you and actively work through you, okay? So that is all I am currently seeing for our group 2 beautiful soul kin souls today. As always, if it did not resonate, that is okay. Take what did and the rest will absolutely fall away. You are not obligated to carry or hold on to anything that is not yours. I love you so, so very much. If you so desire, go ahead and slap a like and subscribe on this video and for the channel. It helps me grow and flourish. And, you know, I would love to see you back here again next time. Bye-bye. Hello, group 3. For all of our friends who chose the citrine cluster, this will be your reading today. Now, all the objects have come with some type of message today, which is so, so interesting. And you are not absent of that. There definitely feels like with this citrine cluster, there's definitely like a fauna type energy coming through, like crystals that are being asked to work with you, or like crystals that are asking to work with you, different places, like exploring, like going, like traveling to certain places, because there's just like an energy or there's just like a vibration there that wants to be with you, like wants to work through you. Like there's something there for you. Like if you have a place in mind that just like, you're like, I don't know why I want to go to this place, but I really want to go to this place. Like, I feel like this energy is why. Like there's like something there that wants to resonate or that wants to pass through your, like love that smoke, that wants to pass through your field, basically. Yeah, it's very interesting. It just seems like very like small things too, like insects, bees, like trees, animals, like they're just coming through and they're just like, they want to work with you. It's very interesting because I'm like trying to put it into words, but there's so much chitter chatter at once. But it feels like part of this energy that is being ignored too is like this adventure, like without even turning over the cards, it feels like there's like this adventure that wants to happen through you. Like there's like this thrill seeking something going on here where there's like a lot of energy. It's very high powered, where you just want to go like camping or like, I don't know, maybe just explore, hike, like go to a new place that you've never been before. And it almost feels like there's a fear around that. So let's get into the reading. I'll stop here, but there's definitely a reason why you're being called out to these certain places and to work with like certain animals and stuff like that. So let's get into a reading. So we'll start with the tarot cards and then we will get into the oracle cards later. So we'll just push them aside. So your reading today, before I go any further, is about the guidance that you are possibly ignoring or delaying because you feel like you're either not ready or it's hard to like put faith into something your mind, can't fully logically confirm. Your mind has that tendency to say, oh yeah, I'll believe it when I see it and stuff like that. So this is basically pointing out the messages and the intuitive promptings that you already get, that you are probably choosing or not even choosing, just kind of avoiding or ignoring. So let's go into your tarot. You have the Nine of Cups. Yep. The Six of Cups. And the Hierophant. Interesting. Okay. With the Hierophant, I honestly feel like that is like, okay, this is going to sound crazy, but the energy is coming through as the Hierophant is ruled by Taurus, and it's almost like this bull energy, like this born to be wild energy. Like there's something here that wants to be fulfilled by you or through you. Like, you see, like, I'm sorry that I sound so like concerned. Like, you see, group 3, this is, like, I don't mean to sound like that, but like the energy's coming through so strongly. You see, like how this like moth is just like looking at her like, yes, please come with me, talk to me, interact with me. In the Six of Cups as well, it's like all these animals, the birds, the plants, the butterflies, even like this, what is this, like it's not a griffin, Carmilla, it's not that. I don't know the name of this creature, but it's like just this, why don't I know the name? I feel like it's like on the tip of my tongue. I should know it. It's there. It'll come to me and I'm like, oh yeah, group 3, that's what it was. Or somebody's probably like watching this like, Carmilla, wow. Anyway, like I was saying, there's a born to be free, a born to be wild energy coming through here, group 3, where it just feels like you're just like, I literally want to sing the Steppenwolf song. Like, it is just playing hardcore, like very, very loudly. And it feels like I just have to like, I want to howl at the moon and I just want to like sing very loudly, like 5th chakra energy for sure coming through. Like, there's this desire that you have to be free right now, especially during quarantine. It probably feels like you're very cooped up, and your inner child wants to be free. Your inner child wants to be free. Your inner child wants to be free to do, like, there's a fulfillment here for your inner child. Like, there's something that you wanted to do for a long time that you have not done yet. And it's almost because the Hierophant is playing 2 roles here. The Hierophant is one, kind of being like this parent or higher like authority energy that is like, no, you have to like do things traditionally, or you can't do things that way, or you can't like dye your hair pink or purple. Like, the Hierophant right now is acting as like this doorway, but also like, it's so funny because with the Hierophant having this like plague doctor like mask on, I forgot what they're actually called, like this animal, like the bird like mask on, it's like this energy of like his inner like trying to hide and expose his inner kind of calling out, like at the same time. Like, there's an animal calling, I feel like, in this energy, like hidden somewhere, like this animal energy inside of him that wants to come out, but it's like so cloaked and so shrouded in all of these things because he wants to, well, because they want to look a certain way or like be perceived by society as a certain way. But there's like this deeper animal primal calling that just wants to like sink its teeth into something. With a Hierophant card, it's just very passionate and invigorating and like freeing. It feels so free. So I'm not sure if you watch the intro, however, I don't know, I said however, but if you didn't watch the intro, I actually show the bottom decks of all of our cards that we have out here today, like all the decks we use actually. And it's funny because on the animal medicine cards, we had, horse, and the horse is actually in reverse. But there's this energy when I started the reading that just told me, or this feeling that I just felt very urged to place it upright, because I feel like this energy is just like, all these powers are about, in some way or form, are about freedom, or freeing ourselves from something that is like holding us back. It feels like this is something that is emotionally fulfilling. It's like a childhood dream of yours to just go skydiving, or to dye your hair purple and pink and have some like gold roots, or like get a really, really nice big piece of like jewelry, or just wear like a really fancy outfit and just walk outside and just like know you're the ish, or like go camping or hiking or birding, or like a safari, visit in Africa or something like that. It feels like there's something here that you're suppressing and you're ignoring that is super fulfilling to you and your inner child, but you're ignoring it because you want to be perceived a certain way by society and your family and the people who know you. Especially what's coming through, funny, for some of you, it's a job. For some of you, it's a job that you want, and the current job that you're in, you're afraid that if you leave that job for this job, that people are going to judge you. Interesting. You're afraid of being judged by your coworkers. If you have employees, you're afraid of being judged by your employees about this thing that you want to do. So if you're like a boss and you want to go do this thing, you're afraid that if your employees know that you left to do this thing, that they're going to judge you negatively or harshly. It feels like you're afraid of being judged here negatively, or what you consider to be negatively, based on this like really freeing like adventure. Like you want an adventure. Adventure is coming through so strong. Like you just really want to just, like you just want to just get out there and just be you. It just feels so, I just feel like my heart feels so trapped. Like this energy, my heart just feels so trapped. I feel like there's just something like you just want to just do it and just be like, yeah, like just be just on top of the world. It does feel like something that you consider, or maybe that society would consider extreme. But man, is this like so freeing and so like, to your inner child. It's just like, like that's exactly what your inner child needed. Like it's that thing that you're ignoring is the exact thing that you need. It is like medicine to you and your inner child. It will like shift you in a way that you never knew would be shifted if you would just do this thing. You know what this thing is. I know you feel it intuitively. I know you do. It's like eating away at you. Because I feel like the animal inside, like that bull inside, is just like rubbing its feet and tapping its feet, and it's just waiting to charge. I just want to please go listen to Born to Be Wild by Steppenwolf, because it's coming through very, very strongly. Because you want to be free, but you want to be free to do something that's not necessarily like societally like acceptable or accepted by your family or your friends or people who just like know you closely. Especially I keep being told to mention coworkers, boss, employees, supervisors. There's something there around work, some type of shift in work, or like some type of like something you want to do, some type of like vacation you want to take, but you're afraid of being judged because you want to take that vacation. But yeah, it feels like again, just to reiterate, my brain just said the guidance that you're ignoring is doing this thing that feels invigorating and that pleases your inner child, because your inner child does feel very neglected and like unseen, or like why aren't you taking care of me? So it's the fighting this urge that is the thing that you're ignoring, is the fighting of this urge. So let's get into your oracle cards. Here are the intuitive messages from my higher self, just on smaller cards. This is the first deck that I did, and I do have some from the second deck in here as well. So we'll turn those over and see what they are. We have, look at that. You are born to be wild, my friend. Open up to absolute infinite possibilities. See, listen, they know. The cards know. Okay. And then we have struggle with ideas, stubborn, competing thoughts. Exactly what I was saying, right? Because I love when the cards just come out with the confirmation. And I never look at these before I read. I promise I never do. That would just like, why even do that if you're going to read? That just doesn't make sense. It's not fun. So anyway, struggle with new ideas, stubborn, okay, like a bull, competing thoughts. It's this thought that I really want to do this thing. I really have the urge to do this thing. I really want to do it. But also, what are they going to think of me? What are they going to say? How are they going to judge me? That's that. That's that. And then our unicorn cards today, we have Goddess with honor your divine feminine energy. See your inner beauty. Love every part of you. Please do. Love every part of... See, this is what I was saying. Like, there's somebody out there who just wants to, like, do something like dress up or dye their hair, like I was saying, like pink or purple, or just do something that just, like, you know, just, like, changes things up. And it's something that you want to do, and it's something you wanted to do for a long time. So this is saying honor that desire, that sensuality, that like you, that ooey gooiness that is you. Like, honor that and bring that out. It's beautiful. And people are going to judge you regardless. People are already judging you, you know, like for doing what you're doing now. So it's like, just might as well make yourself happy and your inner child. And our second card we have flow. Find an easier path forwards. Surrender the outcome. Release your expectations. Exactly. So with what this feeling is, right? Flow with it. Surrender to it, and surrender all these ideas, okay? Surrender this idea that, oh, people are going to judge me, or people are going to do this, or people are going to do that. Surrender the outcome. Just do the thing and let it roll the rest of the way. Just let everything else roll from there and flow from there. And then your chakra wisdom card that we have for this reading is you can't make this stuff up. Group 3, it's your time. Fourth chakra, heart chakra, with acceptance of self. It's time to rejuvenate myself by giving myself love. I accept myself the way I am, and I remind myself that I cannot feel any better about life than how I feel about myself. I will not wait a moment longer to accept myself. I honor what my body is asking for, and if I am unsure, I will ask myself, what can I do to be healthier and more balanced than I am now? I dwell upon all that is right in my life, not what is wrong, and I have gratitude. I accept my life as it is now, and I move forwards from here. Listen, you can't make this stuff up, Group 3, okay? It is what it is. This urge that you feel and this thing that you just want to do, or this thing in you that just wants to be accepted and loved, this prompting that you have from the inner child. Just let it go. Just not let it go as in surrender or give it up, but just do it. Do it. You know? And then we had animal medicine cards come out, and because there was an animal spirit presence, especially with your pile. So it's very, very interesting how it's coming through. I usually don't use these cards for this purpose, but they insisted. So here we are. And you have, of course, you would have fox. The fox in reverse talks all about surrendering to the self, spicing up your life, and becoming foxy, like, you know, like, that sounded so weird, but this is about, like, being foxy. This is about reinventing yourself, like, doing something for yourself, like, having fun, being clever, being, like, cute and sensual and mischievous. And the fox is asking you to tap into that energy, surrender to that urge. If you want to wear that outfit, wear the outfit. If you want to dye your hair, dye your hair. If you want to take that vacation, take that vacation. COVID safe, but take the vacation, you know? Like, this energy is literally coming through with confirmation. Boom, boom, boom. Like, just do the thing, Group 3. And then our bigger intuitive message cards, and they have like way more messages than my smaller deck does. So we have the Queen of Swords. I enforce my boundaries when necessary. I do not allow others to walk all over me. I correct those who say my... Hold on, let me read my handwriting because it's like I can't even read my own. This is so interesting. I didn't even know I wrote that. I correct those who say my name incorrectly. That's what that says. It's just like weird because there was a lot of space. Let me read that again. I enforce my boundaries when necessary. I do not allow others to walk all over me. I correct those who say my name incorrectly. I feel like that was like specifically in this pile for you, group 3. Like people who say your name incorrectly, like knowing like, hey, like that is my name. Like my name is this. Like I feel like that's for you. That's like part of that reinvention, kind of like standing up for yourself and standing up for your identity. Standing up for your identity and who you are, not what other people want you to be. And then we have our Moonology card, our message for the moon on this guidance. We have take time to breathe out. Exactly. Take time to just breathe and allow yourself to just be and flow. You have the flow card as well. Just kind of give yourself space to just breathe and just accept everything for what it is. You know, taking time out to breathe is the same thing as just taking a moment to accept everything for what it is. Your urges, your desires, your sensuality and sexuality is coming through like big with this group too. Like, I just feel like there are some of you who, based on like the way you dress and your like sexuality, your sensuality, just who you are as a person, you just feel like you will fit better in more progressive environments. Like you like want to be in like a big city or something like that, or like you just have a desire to just live in a different space. I feel like there's some people here who live in more conservative or like rigid spaces that don't allow you to have like a lot of creative freedom or like freedom to be who you are, to like use your body and your beingness as a canvas. And I feel like you desire to live in places like that. And I feel like this is something that you've desired for a long time since you were a child. You know, you've always wanted to be this person. And now that you're an adult and you're growing up and you're kind of feeling and seeing how you're missing out on really, really beautiful pieces of yourself and life because you're too afraid to step into this being. And this being is really asking you to just come out, be wild, be your fiery, crazy self. Like it's just like wants to be unleashed. I feel like I'm holding on to like a dog's collar or something and it's like yanking me, like let me go. Like that's what it feels like. You just feel very, very charged and ready to go, and you are the one holding that leash. So next cards, we have Work Your Light. This is the only group that got 2 Work Your Light cards, I believe, so I'm very interested. We have Group 3. Look at this. Leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. Listen. Look at that. And we have Keepers of the Earth. Like I was saying earlier. See, I am not crazy, y'all. I am not crazy. That fauna energy was coming through where I was like, there's totally some like animal, insect spirits, some like geography stuff going on where they're like, please bring your beautiful energy to us. We want to help you. We want to like just fill you up with joy and excitement and just vibrant colors and just life. Look at that. Come on now. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. And you're the only group that got 2 Work Your Light cards. And look what 2 it was. Literally, what are there, like 40 some cards in that deck? 50? And it's those 2 after me just shuffling. And I always shuffle my cards. I never look at them before I read. When I'm doing the reading, it's the first time I'm seeing these cards with you. The cards that we have shuffled out. You know, like it could have literally been any of the other cards. So please, group 3. The universe will catch you because ancient ancestors stand beside you. Be your beautiful, free self. I love your energy so much. I like group 3 people. Like I low key like want to be your friend in like real life. Like that's like the type of energy. Like I'm like really vibing with this right now. And then your last card for the day, we have the Lightworker Oracle card. So we're gonna flip that over and see what energy it's bringing. Listen. Group 3. I just want to like scream for you right now. Listen, look at this. Look at this imagery. What does that look like to you? That looks like a person who is free and living their life beautifully and authentically, and they're shining and they don't give a fuck who is looking. They don't care. This is cosmic heart with cosmic Christ. And I said person is totally Christ, and I totally said fuck, but it's fine. Like they love me, okay? They love you too. The love is unconditional. We don't do conditional love around here. Let me stop. But anyway, this is that G center, that heart center, that golden, that ooey gooiness. That is that ooey gooiness that's inside of you is like, please free me. I want to be free. I want to be myself, because there are people who are just like waiting to just like drink all of that up and and not in a parasitic way either, because we all have that desire in our bodies to be consumed. And I feel like this is the group so far that has that desire the most. You really want to be consumed by other people. You have some type of art or some type of presence where you just want to be seen. You want to be very like in the spotlight. Like you just want to be like, I can feel like some type of fashionista, like some fashion energy, like some model, singing, dancing. You want people to consume your body and your presence and your essence as art. You want the energies around you to consume you. You want to be engulfed in things. Like even something like hiking and camping is even engulfing your body in nature, in trees, in this abundance of life. And that is what you desire, group 3. This is how you want to shine. This is you just want to be yourself. You just want to do the thing. Do the thing. That is the message for group 3. That is your advice. Do the thing. That is the exact urge that you're fighting. That thing that you're ignoring is a thing that you think is getting in your way, but it's not getting in your way. It's your doorway. Okay? Ooh, group 3. I just want to like just unleash, just break you out of captivity is what's happening. You're being broken out of captivity, group 3. So, let's take a breather and return our energies. Shine, group 3. Just freaking shine. That is all I am seeing for our group 3. Thank you so much for coming through and chatting with me today. I truly hope you enjoyed this reading. Now, if you really enjoyed it, go ahead and slap a like on this video and hit this channel with a subscribe to help me grow. And of course, as always, if the reading did not resonate, that is okay. Just take what did and the rest will trickle away, right? You're not obligated to carry anything that is not yours. And you always know intuitively. You know. You just gotta trust. That's the hardest part though, isn't it? Thank you so much, group 3. And I really hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, group 4, for all of our friends who chose this really cute little prop pink diamond. This will be your reading. So today we'll all be getting into the messages of like the guidance that you're ignoring. And it's not that you're actively choosing like, I'm going to ignore this, but there's a tendency that we have as human beings to kind of like delay energy, just kind of starve it, or like convince ourselves that we're not ready, because we're always like criticizing our own abilities, capabilities, and what we can actually produce in the world. So we're going to get into the messages that you are receiving, but you're actively pushing away, denying, resisting, or ignoring. So all the objects, all the objects have come through with some type of energy today. And it's been very interesting. I've never really had this happen before in a pick a card reading. In some of my personal readings, it has happened, but it hasn't happened in a pick a card. So time I like put my hand over there, I was like, yes, I know exactly. So this is interesting. It's like your higher self. If you're watching this reading, you probably are somebody who wants to live a life of luxury. You want really, like, Rich Girl by Gwen Stefani featuring Eve is playing very loudly in my vision right now. And it's funny, this is going to be so funny because, like, me and my little sister and a friend of mine were just talking about this, like, this dragon hoarding when it comes to money and people who just hoard onto money. And I was thinking about it and I was like, poverty is really, the big thing, right? Poverty is something that a lot of us can't necessarily control when it comes to, like, government and institutions and all these isms, racism, classism, and stuff like that. But poor is a mentality. Poor is, lack consciousness. Poor is always finding absence or a void, no matter how much you have. Poor is the absence of gratitude. Poor is limitation, or limiting what you're able to give and what you're able to receive. That's what poor is. Poor is limiting yourself, keeping yourself small, and limiting yourself based upon which you believe you are able to give and receive. And a lot of times we sell ourselves very, very short. So what I'm picking up from this object for you, group 4, is you have your higher self, plus you have like a very, very I don't know why I want to say the word fashiony, but you have a very like fashiony, very like luxurious spiritual guide on your team that wants you to live a life of luxury. And you want to live a life of luxury, but you're afraid to live this life of luxury because of like, there's like survivor's guilt, like, oh, I have all this money, but other people don't. You have a fear of like people asking you for money and not wanting to provide. So basically a fear of boundaries. So it's like you're limiting yourself on what you can actually receive in regards to money and exquisite or luxurious things because you're afraid you won't be able to manage it or handle it. That is what is coming through. Just this object. Your higher self, and there's a higher being. I keep wanting to say higher being. There's a higher being, almost like a Ishtar, Osun, Isis, like even like Cleopatra energy, some type of like royal energy that's coming through, some type of like queen, king, pharaoh, the ruler of a dynasty, a conqueror, something like that, who had a lot of money coming through for you, group 4, and they just want to see you have a lot of money. Like they want to relive that through you. It's like a past life energy that's like, I want to end this life again. Like I want to experience this again. But there's like a part of you that is fighting it because you're afraid that like, because you have this idea that like money is the root of all evil and money makes you a bad person. And it totally doesn't. Like money is totally money is cool. Like she has a fine energy, she has her boundaries and things like that. But money is a beautiful, beautiful energy. And she's all about what you do with her and how you treat her, right? Now, that's not talking to someone who's in like a war-torn country or someone who is steeped in poverty. Because like we mentioned earlier, poverty and poor mentality are two different things. A lot of people cannot control poverty or the fact that they are impoverished. They can't really control this. And it's something that we as a collective have to assume responsibility for. There's a level of responsibility that we as individuals have to take, right? But you are taking responsibility if you have a job and you're paying your bills and you don't have enough money to, do something fun with. You can't tell people to stop going to Starbucks and save that measly $5 all because they want to save money. That is unrealistic and it's stupid to think that way. Sorry for my strong language, but it is stupid to tell someone to, stop spending money on things that you like so that in the future you'll have more money for things you like. It doesn't make sense. That is inequality. That is not what is being talked about here. We're talking about a mentality. We're talking group 4 people. I feel like you are dealing more so with the mentality. If you're dealing with poverty, like most of us are in some form of a way, then this reading is going to probably be it won't be fully resonant for you. But I feel like this reading is for people who have a poor mentality when they aspire to wealth and they have the means and the access and the privilege to actually get there because of the country that they live in, or because of the people that they're around, or because of the technology that is available to them. Like, you have the means to start this business or, have this passive income. You have the tools already at your fingertips. They're readily available to you. And you have a literal guide that is like I could see this guide just like sitting in gold, and it's beautiful too, because they have like this beautiful like golden like king cobra that's like wrapping around their arms and all this jewelry, and it's very beautiful. It's like this golden room where there's an abundance of wealth. There's an abundance of wealth here. There's an abundance of money. There's luxury. There are things that you want to do. Now, we also have to rid ourselves of this idea that money somehow makes you a bad person. Money does not make you a bad person. Just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean you're a bad person. Will people not like you because of the flex or whatever? Maybe. Will people feel offended by the fact that you have money and they don't? Maybe. There's nothing really you can do about it. They can't just like feel guilty because they don't have money and you do. But you do your best to be compassionate, right? And you can't help everybody, but you help where you can. You give where you can. You practice and you balance the laws of giving and receiving. It's just that simple. And I feel like group 4, you are ignoring this guidance and you're overthinking, and you're like almost too like overcompensating for this like survivor's guilt that you have. Like, you're like, I don't want money at all. I hate money because money is just evil and people are out there starving. And it's like, literally, if you would just allow your life to like be abundant, you could literally help people with your money. You don't have to like we're not gonna drop names, we're not gonna name drop, okay? But like, you don't have to be some of these rich people who are like literally sitting on millions of dollars doing nothing with it. You don't have to be those people. And again, just to reiterate, these people also are not obligated to do anything. They're not obligated to save humanity. They're not obligated to help. But it takes someone like you, group 4, to have the money. Oh wait, you group 4 to have the money to actually do these things. This pile and this guide is asking you to be the change that you want to see in the world with money. They're like coming through. I'm sorry if I like sound so like confrontational and aggressive, but like that's like how they're coming through. They're like, they don't understand. Like, they're like, you want my help and you want money, but you don't. Like, they're like confused as to like they're like side-eyeing you right now. They're like doing the little fry squinty squint. Like you want money and you complain about not having enough money, but you also think money is evil and money is the problem. So like, where do we move from here? Like, that's what's happening. Picking that up completely from that object. So that seems to be the the guidance that you're ignoring. However, let's get into the cards and see what else is out there. So we'll get into the tarot first, and then we will get into the oracle cards. So we have the 3 of Swords. Yeah, there's that survivor's guilt. It's the Star of sorry, I don't mean to laugh. Like, I'm not laughing at you. It's just the confirmation is, listen, the confirmation is so funny. It's just so funny. I told you, you literally have the star out here. You literally have a guy that's like literally like sitting in so much wealth, and this is like, do you want my services or not? Like, and they're not leaving. They're going to sit here and wait for you to figure it out for yourself. But it's just funny how I just picked all that up just by your guy coming through and be like, hey, and the cards are like confirming everything. And I never, ever, ever, I would never look at the cards before I do a reading. I would always, always leave that up to the universe. I never do that. The first time you're seeing the cards doing a reading is the first time I'm seeing them too. So I never, absolutely never know what cards are there. And if I do know if a card is there, I will name it. Like, I actually saw it, like, I would name it. But this is just, it's just funny how it's just like going through so aggressively. And just to have the Three of Swords and the Star come out. And our last card is, yeah. Freaking like I was saying, like, there's like your guy is literally sitting up there like this. Like with the arms folded, and like just imagine like this little finger right here like tapping like well, are you gonna cross this bridge or not? Like, that is exactly what's happening, group 4. Like, I don't even have to like finish out this reading with the cards just literally came out to confirm what was already coming through the object. Like, literally, you got like this survivor's guilt, my dear. With this Three of Swords, you're literally compromising your own self. You're compromising your own ability to actually practice the laws of giving and receiving in such a beautiful way by not wanting money and not wanting luxury. Like, there's also this element to it too, where it's like you seem to be like a spiritual person, or like someone who just wants to like you think that the only way to spirituality is walking the path of Buddha, which is a total lie. Like, spirituality is life. We are walking embodiments of spirituality. That came through, like, I wanted to like scream that. That's why I had to like pause. Like, your guide is being very loud and very abrasive. You are a walking spirituality. You don't have to prove that to anybody. You don't have to prove that to your higher self or any deities that are watching over you and supporting you or anything. You don't have to prove that to anybody. You don't have to prove that by self-sacrificing. Ooh, your guide is coming through and saying, stop glorifying and romanticizing poverty. Wow. Stop romanticizing poverty. Stop using people's real plight of poverty as some way to feel spiritually redeemed. Stop using people's plight of poverty as some kink or some fetish or something like that, as some way to feel spiritually atoned. Now, for the people watching this reading, and that is your culture, that is your religion, those are your beliefs, to like rid yourself of attachments and all those things, that this is not going to resonate with you. If that's the path that you choose to walk and you want to walk, I am not saying do that. Because you wouldn't be at this reading, you wouldn't pick this pile if that's how you operate. The reason why you picked this pile, group 4, your guy literally brought you here to trigger you. Like, you want to know what's funny? Okay, so I don't know, group 4, if you actually watch the like full intro, but what I did is I showed all the bottom decks of the decks that we use today. So the bottom deck of the Work Your Light Oracle card, which I can't wait to see what yours is. I'm so excited. Was a mirror. who or what is triggering you. And it feels like you are someone who gets really offended and triggered by people who flaunt their wealth, people who take pride in their accomplishments. It's almost like low-key hater energy. I'm sorry, Group 4. I just got to put it out there. There's like a low-key hater energy here where it's like, you're just like, they're out there flaunting their wealth and using their wealth to like buy cars, and they just have money and they're taking pictures with money and they're doing all these things. It's like, okay, that's their money. It doesn't matter what they're doing with their money. What are you doing with your money? And if you had their money, what would you be doing? Would you be helping people like you say you would right now? Group 4, let's come on. You know, like, I'm sorry to like kind of like be a little harsh, but you know, this, like, I'm like, I can't even try to like bubblegum pop this. I can't try to bubblegum pop this. Like, trying to say that, but just trying to say bubblegum is like, it was difficult. You just had to sit through that struggle. I'm sorry, but I cannot soften and sweeten this, because your guide that is coming through, it's like they have their arm around my like neck. Like, there's so much tension, like that golden cobra is just there like, you want me. You do. Stop pretending like you don't. You want this luxury. You want to live in, honestly, you want to live this life of luxury. And it seems like you've lived it in you've lived it before in a lot of your past lives. And it feels like this is just natural to you. And it almost feels like you've had this experience so that you could know the importance of wealth and money in this life. So you can know that it's not all about spending it on things. It's not all about what other people are doing with their money. It's about what you are doing with your money. Like, really, your guide is coming through and saying, stay out of other people's business when it comes to what they do with their money. It's not your money. Okay? Money flows through everybody. And in order for us to get to a place for her to flow through everybody equally, we need people like you to come through and say, hey, this is what I want to do with my money. I want to buy this and I want to buy that. I want to take care of myself and I want to take care of my family, but I also want to take care of other people. I want to donate to this charity. I want to make sure that this person's dream is funded. I want to make sure that this person has access to this money, or these type of people who have access to this money. Your guides want you to embody the energy that you have now and stop using it as this like angry thing to like, why I oughta at people with money. Actually take the money that is being offered to you, or the opportunities to expand and step into these spaces so that you can get this money, so that you can actually help other people. That is so funny, because I literally had to break the recording of this video so that I could have a conversation with one of my, oh my God, I love her so much, one of my best friends. And this is exactly what we were talking about. So it's so funny how this is just coming through. It's like literally her and I had to have that conversation in order for this reading to come through, for the understanding and the digestion of this reading to come through. You are literally being asked to allow money to be money. Allow her to be herself. Allow her to be with whoever and whomever she wants. And understanding that one of those people is you. Because money wants to help everybody. She wants to be used. She wants you to do the things with her. Okay? You have like I feel like you're being asked by this guy to like respect money, because this does feel like a dying, because you're going from one level and literally one class from another. You're going from one class. It's like you are here. You're gonna go through this death experience. And you're going to you're going through this portal, and this is where you end up. The star. Death is this portal right now. This is you right now hiding. She even looks like the same person, you know? Like, this is you right now hiding behind the survivor's guild and this, oh no, compassion for the people. And you know, and it's like, yes, compassion for the people. Yes, but your guide is like, stop glorifying poverty as if it is something to be looked at and minimized and made so small, as if it's something to just use to spiritually atone yourself. There are people out here in poverty who are struggling and they don't have a choice. They're doing their best because they don't have a choice. But you, it seems like it's a little different. You, it seems like you have more of a choice than you're allowing yourself to see. And you're intentionally trying to make yourself seem like you have less money than other people, or like you have less access to other people, or you just purposely trying to limit yourself and stay small because you feel like having too much money is the problem. And it's not about the money. It's about the people who are using it, and it's what they're doing with it. And money herself is coming through and saying, use me. She wants to work through this compassion that you have for the people. She wants to work through this beauty that you have. Look at this. It's like this pouring is like right here. She's calling, literally calling out to you. So this life of luxury that you want to, and you're like behind the scenes, like looking, oh, I see her, but you know, like I don't know. Like, and it's almost too like you feel like you're afraid of having money or living a life of luxury because you feel like you will no longer be able to relate and identify to people who are impoverished. But again, it comes back to that story, is literally nobody wants to be impoverished. Literally nobody wants to live in poverty. Literally no one. Nobody wants to live their life like that. You can be a model. You can inspire. You can support your community. You can help uplift and bring money into the community that you were born from. Think about the possibilities of what you can do if you actually had the same money that you resented when you saw it coming from other people. That's exactly what's coming through here. Like, sorry, I just feel so light. Your God is like low-key kind of like, bro, like, like, come on, like, think about this deeply. Think about all the beautiful things that could come through you if you just allowed yourself to have this money. If you just allowed yourself to have this abundance, besides resenting it and calling money evil just because you see people do evil things with it. Whew. That seeing other people have money is like so triggering for you, group 4. You want to know what's funny? In the work your light cards as well, we have the bottom deck was, excuse me, I have to use my hands sometimes. Unplug from mass consciousness. That was the bottom deck for the work your light. So I'm interested too in seeing what work your light card you had. I mean, not work your light, geez. The Lightworker Oracle. So I'm interested in seeing what Lightworker Oracle you have. So let's get into your Oracle cards. Sorry. So your intuitive messages that I channeled basically when I was listening to music, those messages are today. Look at that. Six of Pentacles. You know what the Six of Pentacles is about. That's all about that giving, that charity, that helping, that balancing. You listen, you know exactly what. Don't make me go get the Six of Pentacles so you can so I can remind you what that card looks like in the original right away. I might have to pop a picture. I'm gonna put a picture. Look at that. Shedding and accepting the past, healing and balance from earth, from money, from the material. Look, you have death here. Death just came through to confirm that shedding. You are at this open window with the Three of Swords, and you're being asked to walk through to get to this star energy. And then we have too much active energy. Take a break. So I honestly feel like, and this is another Pentacle energy. Listen, group 4. Stop thinking so much and trying to do so much for other people, and stop. There's like this Mr. Krabs is in there. Like there's definitely, it's almost like you seek out these like people to kind of like And I'm not saying don't be an activist or don't go out and be, you know, and like fight for the people and support and things like that. But it feels like there's this energy of purposely trying to find people to belittle who like have money or live in luxury, like just kind of like trying to like fight against that, their energy. Basically, you're trying to like fight against their energy, besides being like, you know what? Besides, this is that if I can't beat them, join them energy. But it's like you are infiltrating the dealer and finding the supplier. You know that line from 21 Jump Street? Like that's like this is that. Infiltrating the dealer and like finding the supplier so that you can do with the with the money what you will. This is about your will. And then your Unicorn Oracle messages here we have partnership. Teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with. Build up a talented support team. I love how that's coming through. Exactly. Like there's definitely people out there who can help you manage money, help you do the things that you want to do. I also feel like your guide is coming out too with this and saying, please work with me. Like these two like beautiful star points on the horns is definitely your guide coming through. But also like there's this acknowledging is ask for help. Ask for financial advice. Ask how you can be of service to people. Build a team. Build a community. Support your community. That is what's coming through a partnership. And we also have, that's funny. That is funny. We have adventure. Dare to do things differently. Manifest your travel dreams. Move to a new location. For some reason, I want to say manifest your travel dreams. Interesting. But that is so funny. Because that message is very similar to another group as well. I'm not going to say the group. Maybe you picked that group as well. Oh, group 4. It's time to do things differently. Dare to do things differently. And then the chakra message that we have for you today is well-being with the sacral chakra. I honor and respect my body by giving it what it deserves to thrive. And you know exactly what that is. You know that your body desires a certain type of climate and ecosystem in order to thrive. I provide myself with the best of food, exercise, water, relaxation, therapeutic treatments, and thoughts. I only consume foods and liquids that were designed by nature to be in my body. I stimulate my body's energy flow with exercise. I make time to rest as stillness and tranquility are vital to keep my mind and body rejuvenated. Yes. This is part of your well-being. This is part of you having a sustainable life and living your life as optimally as possible. So typically I actually don't use these cards for animal spirit energies, but they insisted on being used today. So we have that's why they want to be used today. So we have armadillo, and you know what armadillo means? I could show you in the book. Boundaries, group 4. Boundaries. This is about you. This is almost like by you avoiding your connection to money is like almost like low key you trying to avoid the importance and take responsibility for your own boundaries, because you know that you're not going to be able to help everybody and you're going to have to tell people, some people no, and you're afraid of that. You're absolutely terrified of telling people no, because you feel like everybody should have everybody should be wealthy. Everybody should be wealthy in the sense that they have shelter. They have adequate shelter. They have adequate healthy food to eat. They have entertainment. They have time to rest. They have time to relax. You want this well-being here with the sacral chakra is what you envision for everybody. But you know that regardless of how much money you have, you won't be able to give that to everybody because you can't change people. And even if you gave somebody $1 million, they could spend that $1 million on something you totally didn't intend for them to spend it on. You have to understand that you can't save everybody or every human being. And you have to allow every human being to be a human being. Allow them to just be. Allow yourself to be and live the life that you want to live and live it optimally. So more intuitive messages from me on the big card or my higher self and my spiritual team. I like to channel these while listening to music. And I put them on bigger cards because some of them have I need to say elements. And there's just a lot more messages that came through. So we have the Ten of Wands. I need to say, my baggage does not make me stronger. Carrying too much can be overwhelming and can make me weak. You know? And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. I take responsibility for my own basic needs, such as food, shelter, and my hygiene. Yep. See, you are definitely in this space where you're definitely trying to glorify poverty or something like that, and it's just not working for your being. It's not working for your spiritual team. It just feels very like, no, like, why is this happening? With the Work Your Light Oracle, we have dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Wow. Group 4. You like, your guys are like coming through like, no. They're like not with this whole Mr. Krabs is in their thing. And it's not even the act. Like, if you're an activist or something like that, it's not that at all. They're not with this energy of trying to belittle people with money, besides you just taking responsibility and acquiring your own generational wealth. They're basically saying, with you just resonating with this anger energy, that doesn't make you any higher than them. Just because you look at it differently, you're on the same frequency as them. That's why they're saying dance with life and change your energy. Because by you going out and thinking, oh, I'm mad at them and I want to show them that I'm angry, it's not, you're on the same frequency as them. You're no better than them is what they're saying. Because like, there's no human being is better than any other human being, right? But like, they want you to they really want you to phone that home so that you can actually build generational wealth and make actual changes. They're saying, don't complain about it, change it. And your Moonology card is believe in the impossible. There's definitely that element here too, where you think that it can't happen for you, or like, because these other people have money, that you can't have money because it's like they're hoarding it, or like you're too afraid to like enlarge in your money space because other people have large amounts of money. And your spiritual team really wants you to just believe that this is part of your destiny. Like, this is what you were designed for. It's why you have such a deep desire for this thing. And then your Lightworker Oracle cards, we have Soul Child and Paradigm Shift. There you go. I think your group, no, another group got 2 cards as well. I think it was actually group. Say it. You might pick that group, and I don't want to spoil it. So with Soul Child and Paradigm Shift, yeah, it's just time to kind of like, yeah, really, I'm not gonna lie to you, low key. Don't get mad at me, group 4. Don't be mad at me. This might be triggering, but I have to say it. With the Soul Child card and Paradigm Shift, do you see that? Like, the star energy that's coming through, just blazing through like that and coming through. That's literally that same beam that we saw in the Death card. And it's a bridge, and it's calling you to get higher, elevate higher, take care of your own well-being, live that sustainable life. They're asking you to mature and grow up. Now, that does not mean leave your inner child behind. Your inner child will always have a say. But your inner child is also part of this wanting to be taken care of. Your inner child actually also wants this upgrade too. And it's on you to take responsibility to make sure you and your inner child are taken care of. They're asking you to grow up and look at things differently. Look at money differently. Know that with the money that you acquire and you build this generational wealth, you're helping descendants and beings years and years, who are going to be here years and years and years after you. Dynasties, it's something that you've done in past lives. So really just like, get out of your own way and kind of like grow up when it comes to this energy, because you're undergoing a paradigm shift. It's not about the money. This is not about duality. This is not about good versus evil. This is not about group 4. Good or evil. This is not some versus game. This is not we're better than you. Your God is really coming through and saying, regardless of where you resonate, when you resonate with a certain frequency or energy, you're resonating on that same frequency, just on opposite spectrums. And we're all doing our best to raise this energy. And I'm not saying that anger and frustration don't do a job. They play a huge, magnificent role in changing and getting things done. Anger does get done, okay? It does, absolutely. But you, group 4, are being asked to do something differently, because I feel like you know that you're playing small. You know it. You know that you're playing small. You just feel like, and you fear taking responsibility of playing for playing large. You feel like large will be too overwhelming, and it won't be, because this is an entire shift. This is something that's going on way differently. This is not like the little petty games that have been played thus far, okay? This is not that. This is like a literal portal for you right now. This is a doorway. Do you see that? This is like death. This up here is death energy. This is death energy. This card is death energy. Okay? This is death energy. And that is card number 13. 4. 13-4. Reduce it, like there's a reason why you picked group 4. Walk through that death energy. And I'm not saying actually die. That's not what I mean. But allow this transformation to happen. Allow this clarity. You want to know what the bottom deck of the intuitive messages were from me? You can check in the intro too. Mental clarity. It's time to welcome a new perspective. You, my dear, you're not even just doing a different perspective. You are completely changing. This is a shift, and you can have some like different perspectives, like, when I was a kid I hated bananas, but now that I'm older I like bananas. Like that can be a perspective change. But for you, this is an entire frequency shift. This is an entire like rebirthing. Okay, you have the 1 and the 4 with 14, 5 with the free. Do you want to know what the bottom deck for the animal spirit cards were? It's horse. Because you want to be free. You want to be free of scarcity and lack consciousness and not having enough, because you want everybody to have enough. So stop playing into these petty games and thinking that by you not having enough, that you can somehow help other people have enough. Like this is not what you're being, that's not the work that you're being asked to do. So, group 4, the guidance that you're ignoring is a desire to live a wealthy, abundant life, to live a life of luxury, to live a life that sustains you, to live a life of peace of mind and tranquility. That is the guidance that you're ignoring. That is the shift that is happening for you. That is what you're being called to do in this life. It is a service. Because money is not evil. Money is not your enemy. Money wants to work through you in the highest, most beautiful way. Because money sees the beauty and the compassion in you. She just wants you to see it for yourself. Oof. Okay. Group 4. I'm sorry that reading came out very abrasive. I'm sorry if it was super triggering, but if it was triggering, that means there's something inside of you that's getting poked, and we're pushing through something. We're pushing through, we're getting through somewhere, There's something that's hurting because there's a wound that desires to be healed. That's why it's triggering, So that is all I am seeing for group 4. Actually, Spirit told me to show you the bottom deck for the unicorn cards if you haven't already seen it. But celebration. A positive outcome is assured. Celebrate your success. Enjoy your achievements. Because why, group 4? I don't know why this is going on so long, but it's just your guys won't let me go. The end of a tough cycle approaches with full moon in Capricorn. That is leading you where? To bliss. To putting that crown on. I seek and find peace, quietness, and moments of bliss in my life, and I am persistent in this quest. I allow myself to feel divine presence radiating within and around me. I allow myself to create abundance and fulfillment and to live a life free of fear. Meditation is a part of my life. Do you see that smoke? That's like your guides coming through like, and yes. Group 4. It's time, my dear. It's time to live that life that you want, that life of luxury. Because you have a beautiful legacy and you are going to do amazing things with your wealth and your abundance. You're going to live the life that you want to live. And it's going to be so incredibly freeing, not only for you, but generations upon generations of torment and low self-esteem and lack and scarcity and poverty. You are being asked to rise above those energies and to create something different for you, your family, and the future generations that will come from you and your family. Ooh. Thank you so much, Group 4. This is such a long reading, but somebody out there is going to feel this. All right? Ooh, love you so much, and thank you so much for sharing your energy. And of course, if it did not resonate, that is okay. Take what did, and the rest will fall away. Okay? That's what we have here. You don't have to hold on to anything that is not yours to keep. Okay? If you did enjoy this video, go ahead and hit it with a like and subscribe to this channel to help me grow. And that is all that I have for you folks. I will absolutely see you next time. Bye-bye.